Welcome to the channel Chess Enthusiast YouTube streamers and another game for you. And this game is one of my old collection games. When I was going through my archive on chess.com, I suddenly found this and I was amazed. Hey, I played that kind of thing. Anyway, we should move on with the game. But the thing is, if you have seen the thumbnail, there is a lot of combinations to go ahead. So the game is short, only of 13 moves, but there is much more amusement to it. I started the game with e4. My opponent played e5 and I went for f4, King's Gambit. Really fun, really sharp, awesome. Bishop d6 was played, and this is one of those positions where you must be thinking that white should proceed with knight to f3. But I wasn't thinking so. I simply captured the pawn on e5. And you know, if anybody who's just studied the classical theory of King's Gambit, he's like, what? Because of course you must have guessed it. The next move should have been queen, not this, but this awesome queen h4 check. And you must be thinking that, okay, if he goes forward, I just capture the pawn, I move his king around, I can win easily. Other than that, if I play g3, queen captures on e4, and after I defend on e2, queen captures on h1. So hey, this man just lost a knight. But guys, you're slightly, actually not slightly, you are awesomely mistaken, because I can simply capture the bishop with a discovered check. The king has to move to f8. Now there is no other choice. You go to the other square, you'll expose your king completely. And then I can go for this knight to f3. Simply this queen is trapped. There is no way to move. And if you analyze this on Stockfish will say the plus 2.73 points for white. White has a huge advantage. Anyway, I tried to analyze this position on Stockfish and I thought that this f takes on e5 move is completely winning. But here Stockfish told me it is minus 0.58. The point is, after this queen h4 check, g3, queen takes on e4, this defense, here Stockfish says play queen captures on, not queen captures on h1, but queen captures on e5. Simply to remove the queen of that square. Now the next move to be played is not knight to f3, but according to Stockfish it is d4, sacrifice another pawn. After queen captures, then knight captures. And suddenly your pawn is in the center on the d4, so you control the center indirectly, but this game can go anyway. Now Stockfish says it is minus 0.58, as I said before, but it's King's Gambit, it's really sharp, you can blend anywhere. Anyway, moving on in the game, after f takes on e5, my opponent did not go for queen h4 check. Maybe he did not see it, that's why. He played bishop captures on e5. I don't know whether this is a good move. I proceeded with knight to f3. He moved the bishop back to d6 again, and I pushed d4. f6 was played, bishop c4, and c6. Now you must be thinking, what's going on in this position? Well, black was trying to set up a really good defense wall, but I don't think that would work because I've already won the game in this position. I castled kingside, b5 was played, retreated the bishop to b3, he played bishop b7, and I played e5. And a glorious, most glorious mistake of all time by my opponent, knight to e7. Now point is, I'll show you, it's so awesome. I played e takes on f6. E takes on f6 is such an awesome, really awesome game that you must enjoy this, because I'll tell you what happened in the game. He played g captures on f6 and this whole position is compromised. It's winning. Can you find my next move? Think of it, you're a 1200 player and first time you've got to sacrifice something, and you know that it's going to be perfect checkmate. What would you sacrifice first? Well, I hope you have found it, and the move is the awesome knight to e5, which I played. There are maybe a couple of more, but this is what I played. And after f captures on e5, it's two moves. It's like bishop f7 check, and after king moves to f8, simply this checkmate. This is really beautiful and it was very quick, and I had played this and I was amazed to watch this game again. I mean, it's really wonderful. Other than this, I wanted to take you back to e takes on f6. Well, let's consider this bishop to f7 check. What happens now? King captures on f7, knight g5 check, king moves forward, and now you go for this queen d3 check. King to h5, g4 check. Awesome, you're sacrificing one piece and another. The knight is hanging, but the king is still moving forward. King takes on g4, and queen h3 mate. And instead of taking on g4, if the king goes to h4, queen h3 mate again. And if the king goes to h6, then of course you give this knight to f7 checkmate. Now this is not just a checkmate, it's also a triple four, king, queen and rook. This is awesome. So you must have seen the first checkmate which I really played in the game. These are the three analyzed checkmates of a single line. After this e takes, instead of e takes on f6, if the other moves were played. Other than this, really, let's consider knight to g5 directly. Like, okay, you want to capture my knight, go for it. First sacrifice, f takes on g5 would be played, then bishop f7 check, king goes to f8, bishop e6 check, king goes to e8, queen h5 check, g6, and bishop again check, and after king moves, queen h6 checkmate. Another, if you go for a early sacrifice. Anyway, after g4 check, if king goes to h4, you have already seen. Similarly, instead of knight, after knight g5, if he goes knight d5, then this is a proper defense. It is really strong defense. But I can go queen h5, and after g6, queen h6. If pawn captures, then simply I can capture that, and he loses the queen. Um, Bishop takes on g5, and knight e7 has to be played. Then I go for this again, bishop f7 checkmate. So as you can see, 3 checkmates before and 3 checkmates in the next line. So that's like 6 checkmates plus the original checkmate which I had done. Let's look at the final position, this one. So this is what I wanted to show. I mean, so many checkmates, but you have to choose one. And I don't know, but whatever I chose, I think was the coolest for me. So out of the 7 checkmates I showed you, just vote or give in the comments that which one was your favorite. Well, thank you for watching.